Another day in the SEC, and one-possession games have become the norm. I don't know that I've ever been a part of one like that. A lot of credit goes to Lane and his staff. They had their team really prepared to come into this game and start fast, which they did. A lot of credit goes to our offensive staff and the preparation they put in to not stop. I just told the guys that's a culture win because you don't win that game if you're not physically tough, mentally tough. We call it hard to kill. And the one thing we're hard to kill. We won't go away. We got to keep getting better. And I'm so happy that the players get return on the work ethic, the physicality we play with, how we practice. It paid off, on offense, and our ability to run the ball at the end of the day, probably the difference in the game, because we sure couldn't stop them very often, but we stopped them when we had to. So great crowd, unbelievable crowd. Hats off to Ole Miss in a really, they're offense guys. I think they lead the country in plays over 30 yards. We probably helped put them further ahead, but they've got a really good team.
Coach, talk about the relentlessness of the defense in that fourth quarter and how that created a good atmosphere for you guys there.
Well, he finally got the crowd into it. You got to win first down, and we got like a incompletion, a batted ball, just anything to get a break. But the turning point was when the offense scored and all the offensive players ran over to the defense, and I thought they inspired the defense. Before we got the first stop, it was right after we scored. About 7 of them ran over there. Lucky, Nate, all the guys, Ernest, and I think the defense felt the juice. They felt the juice, got a little cooler, got a little louder, and we got some big stops there.
Kirby, why are you guys so good at making second half adjustments?
Again, I don't think it's second half adjustments. I talked about that on the McAfee show. I don't know that there's enough time in their locker room to truly adjust. You can recognize formations and plays and play them better, but we didn't call a lot of different defenses. We obviously didn't play real well the first drive of the second half for sure, because that was a 1-2 punch and gone. But I'm telling you, every time these kids walk off the field, they just believe they're gonna want to stop them the next time. We just knew they were gonna have to stop them once. If we could ever get off serve and get back to where we needed to get to, that we could win the game. And they were struggling to stop our offense too, which gives the defense hope.
What does it say about this offense that even when the defense was struggling to get stops, that it seemed like they stayed consistent and continued to put together drive after drive?
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part for us, is that who we are is, we've talked about it, this methodical, bludgeon you, heavyweight boxer that just wants to box with you, and then try to knock you out in the fourth. Well, that's hard to do when that scoreboard's lighting up, because every now and then, everything's not perfect. And all of a sudden you end up in a third down, and all of a sudden you got to punt, or you got to go for it on 4th and 1 or 2. You can't live in that world. You to play like we're playing offensively, which in this game was incredible. You got to get some defensive stops, and we didn't do that well.
Lawson, lucky with 3 touchdowns today. Obviously, brings a lot statistically, but from a culture standpoint, what does he bring to this program?
This guy, man, he speaks up in every meeting. He loves the place. His dad played here. He never complains. He doesn't gripe. He just keeps on working, man. He's got some of the best toughness in our program, never complains. And, he probably statistically wasn't having the year he wanted to have, but he never pouted. He never complained. What about Dylan Bell? That play Dylan Bell makes, probably that broke the game. It changed the field position, put us in milk mode, put us in what we're really good at, which is like 4-minute offense, chew up the clock. That play that Gunner makes and Dylan makes and Lawson's 3 touchdowns were really a big part of second half.
So, Coach, to kind of follow on Jordan's question with the offense, how difficult is it in this day and age to score every time you have the ball, other than period that's the play?
Well, it must not be too hard, because both offenses did it. The first half, I don't think there wasn't any, right? We were off serve because of field goals, I guess. And I think maybe we had one more possession than them, because we got the ball to start the game, and we ended the half with the ball. We always talk about winning the middle 8, but we lost because we had to kick a field goal, which I didn't want to kick, and they got a touchdown within 2 plays. So, you lose that middle 8, most of the time you're going to lose the game. You play the way we played defensively, you're probably going to lose games. But look, as bad as we played on defense, I can't sit here and tell you without watching the tape, that's a really good offense. When you go up against Lane, they have really good weapons. They got good plan. And the quarterback run element right now for them makes it really hard to defend. And
Seriously, did you consider going for it on the fourth, I think 2 or 3 near the end of the game?
I wanted to because I believe in winning the game. I believe in winning the game when you can win the game. And, they needed a touchdown. And, everybody assumes, I guarantee you analytics is going to say that I should have gone for it because we win the game on that play. And by putting it in their hands, and everybody assumes that the field goal's made. See, that's the assumption that you've made the field goal. And we had a tough snap there that Gunner gets low, gets up, and Peyton gets it through. But you can't assume that. Like, I want my offense who's clicking, who's rolling, who's 6 for 6, who's 12 for 12 in the second half throwing. It's 4th and 2. Go win the game. I really believe in that. But what got me was the stops the defense had. The stops the defense had gave me faith that whether we made the field goal or not, we could go out and stop them. And, being at home and them having to go out in that environment was really hard in that 2-minute. We lived that last year at their place, trying to play 2-minute. Guys are jumping the snap count. You're getting rushed. I mean, the only time we got rushed all day was in the 2-minute.
Can you remember a time that your team didn't get a stop defensively in the first half, and how frustrating was that for you not to be able to do that?
I've been a part of a few. Johnny Manziel may have done that to us at A&M. I don't want to remember them, so I don't know if that's fact or not. But the problem was it wasn't that they scored every possession; it's that we were chewing up a lot of clock. So they weren't getting to score a lot; they were only getting to score a couple times. He had to have been frustrated because he wants the ball, and so here we are methodically going down the field, and he score. Plus the field position. I mean, we're giving them a head start at 35. We cannot kick the ball out of bounds, guys. The percentages of scoring from the 35 and 25 changes 10 to 15%. And you just can't be a good team and do that.
Kirby, more than a few players said that this is a fourth quarter team, built to be a fourth quarter team. What are you and the coaching staff doing to make that happen? And how does this team, in that regard, compare with some of the other teams you've had?
Yeah, I don't know. I've always felt like we've got good fourth quarter teams. Like we've always been really a good physical, win the game in the fourth quarter team. We just have had so many leads in the fourth quarter because we've been better than everybody else. We've had this distance and this margin that the game didn't come down to one little thing. Our margins are smaller. The margins are tight everywhere. I mean, go look at these scores all over the league. And we got 2 NFL coaches on our staff, and they said it's every week in the NFL. The SEC is becoming, I'm not talking about the NFL in terms of talent. I'm talking about the way the games go. The clock management, I mean, Lane's the best in the country to me. He always has his 3 timeouts. He always can get an extra possession. He managed the clock beautifully. The clock management within that game, how he went timeout, forced us. We're 2:06. We decided to squib it because we don't want to give him a free timeout. So we burned the clock on the squib to make him not have a free timeout. I mean, it was like textbook stuff going on out there. And, if I squib that and they get it on the 40-yard line, what are y'all going to be saying? But I'm trying to get him not to have that timeout, and it worked. It worked great for us, and he managed it right. And your question is, are we a fourth quarter team? I mean, we have to be because we're behind. We've got to find a way to play better earlier. And the theme this week was fast and free. I wanted the guys to be free from all hostage of a scoreboard. And I don't know that I think offensively we played that way. I don't know that we did defensively. I don't know. What penalties? Right. So how do you get a PI? Right. So how do you get it? You're playing man-to-man. So if you play zone, you let them catch it. You play man-to-man, you might get a 2nd and 10. And right now we're just trying to get a 2nd and 10. So, we get some stops. We won the game in man-to-man. So I'm going to live and die on that sword because if you just give guys free access and stay off of them, which they did, Gunner went 12 for 12. Their guy was 12 for 12 when we played zone. So I'm going to take a PI to get to 3rd down.
Gunner and Lawson came for 3 touchdowns. Talk to us about seeing that connection between them today.
Who?
Gunner and Lawson.
Yeah, they're great friends. Lawson's the one that had the quote last year in the Texas game. I said, I hope you believe in you as much as I believe in you. And they've got a great rapport with each other, and I think that helped. So I don't know if all those plays were designed for him. I know the pop pass was, the RPO was. I don't remember his third one, but those are things that he made big plays when his number was called.
What's it like for you in the fourth quarter, Coach? Like, and coaching that game, what's it like for you when there's like no margin for error? What's it like from the coach's perspective?
Really calm. I'm old, man. I was walking around thinking about what I was going to do. I knew what I was going to do. It's like the old me would have been, running up and down the field, and does you no good. It's just make good decisions in intense moments and make quick decisions. Live with them and go with it. I wanted to show confidence in our defense, which is hard to do right now, but we did by kicking that field goal.
Kirby, where did your team kind of adopt that same mentality that you have when you're calm in the fourth quarter like that?
I don't think so. I don't think our team pays attention to that part of it. I mean, I think at halftime we had a really good effect on them because I told the defense, I said, guys, we got them right where we want them. We ain't stopped them yet. We got them right where we want them. We're coming out in the second half, and we're hell in the second half. And then that didn't work, but we kept coming.
Any update on Colby Young?
Yeah, I should know what it is. It's not good. It's fractured down there. It's broken. I can't remember if it was tibia or fibula. I don't know which one, but it's not good.
A lot of positives from tonight, obviously, but what are you going to use this bye week for to work on?
Everything. I mean, like, we got to go to work. We got to get healthy. Like, this was the first game, guys, that we looked over there and said, man, we can give Ernest a blow and put one in. And we stayed fresh. And, like, we can be really good if this offensive line's healthy because they can lean on people. They just wear people out like an anaconda. Just keep squeezing and squeezing. And we had, like, some guys roll in. And that was the first time we were able to do that.
Let's go to Mark and Chris.
Yeah.
Your quarterback, what
Man.
allows him to never get rattled despite the score?
Well, first off, he's got a great coach. Okay, he gets coached the right way. Mike Bobo and Brandon Streeter, they spend a lot of time with those quarterbacks. The play Gunner made today, now, guys, he took it to another level because, I mean, they got a blitz to tackle the back, they got a guy covering the tight end of the flat, and they got a guy running right at him. He pulled the ball, beat the guy blitzing, and then ran for a touchdown. Had some huge scrambles, great throws on time, darts, like the throw to Dylan Bell. I mean, like, let's give credit where credit's due. He's wired for these type moments because he's tough, and his team believes in him. I didn't get to talk about it, but this kid couldn't practice Monday and Tuesday. I mean, he literally couldn't practice. His oblique, the shots he took at Auburn, he's beat up, and we're like, okay, well, we won't use you in the quarterback run game. We'll get to you. Coach, I want to run it. I want to run it. My team needs to see me run it. And he did. And, I mean, we were concerned he wouldn't be able to go, and there was no flinch in him.
I wanted to segue Kirby off the offensive line. The way you guys played in the fourth quarter, really started to lean on
Yeah.
impose your will. What does that do for this football team as you guys continue to go forward, especially the play? I don't think any penalties in the offensive line either.
Yeah, I was amazed. I kept talking about that. I thought that would be the only way we get a drive killer was that. And they got great technique. We do a lot of research on what are holds, what aren't holds, and send them on, make those kids watch those each week. And I think that helps us. But, one of our coaches said it best. He said, if we can run the ball and stop the run, which we have done that, we've run the ball and we've stopped the run, we'll be in every game we play. It'll just be holy hell to win it. And we are defining that every week. We are slowly but surely defining that.
Nate was productive tonight. Just what have you seen from him really the last few weeks, ever since?
More aggressive, less thinking. He had some strip outs in this game last year. He's concerned about it. I thought he had some big runs. Killer was the third and the one that we could have iced the game. We thought we had it. We missed a block. I wanted Nate to hit that and ice the game, but I think we missed a guy on that one. But I'm really impressed with what Nate's done.
Coach, you talked about Gunner's toughness. How much does that wear off on his teammates? How much does the rest of the team absorb that toughness identity because their quarterback's out there playing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The offensive line, I mean, they see it. They see how that kid plays. They want to play for him. They want to compete for him. The backs, too, the receivers, they love Gunner. I mean, Gunner's the most lovable guy because he never crosses anybody. He's just Mr. Positive, and yes, sir, coach. Yes, sir, coach. You can't get him to say anything.
That's out one more. You mentioned the margins right now are tighter around the league.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, and most coaches have said the same thing. Why do you think that is, though, from compared to 2-3 years ago?
I don't know. People will say the portal. I mean, there's money everywhere, right? So everybody's, especially in our league, so it just kind of, it's like sand. It just kind of levels out, you know. It just goes and it oozes and it levels out, and there's more depth. There's good players. People are going out and picking up. I mean, Arkansas can go get a quarterback like they get that keeps them in every game. I mean, like everybody's got depth in players, and I want to say it's the portal. I don't know. I know it's going to be hard on my heart if it continues because we had a run here where we didn't have as many of those, and now it seems like every week. I do want to thank Lane, though, for the end of the game. He gave me some hot yoga tickets that I can go to yoga, so I tell him I appreciate that.